Mario has been in everything at this point. Sports games, Legos, adult movies. Wow, was that one hell of an intro. But instead of letting us see more of Mario's dong, Nintendo is hell-bent on showing the rest of the industry that they too can continuously milk their older games with a never-ending stream of remasters and remakes. So Mario RPG was bound to be re-released. If not because the only people who still own and use an SNES are probably not going to reproduce and give birth to new fans of the franchise, at the very least to avoid exposing a 9-year-old to the look of sheer horror on Mario's face in this cover.
Mamma mia!
This game might be old, but the upside is that it strips away all the obnoxious stuff we're so used to nowadays. Whenever I start a new RPG, I'm dreading the tutorial sections that last longer than the wait for a new internet historian video. But with Mario RPG, you start the game and... yeah, no cuddling for you, kid. Start punching or sink down. The entire experience is like this. It's brisk, fast-paced and on point. So fast this might easily be the shortest RPG I've ever played, and can I say this is just refreshing to see. Sometimes you want to embark on an epic quest to find the last available pizza in the planet, and sometimes you just want to see a starfish dancing and be done with it. What really surprised me is how much Mario lore they already established back in the day. Did you know toads are actually Americans? Or that they have a habit of watching you sleep? Or maybe that in Princess Peach's bedroom she's eaten a... What are you hiding there, your majesty? Yahoo! The humor is by far the most lovable element in this game. There's no voice acting here, which sometimes can be quite jarring. So Mario communicates by using an undisclosed shape-shifting superpower, and for some reason everyone is more interested in the fact that he can jump apparently. Did every single toad break their kneecaps? Is that why they're so fascinated by you? You've got Mary Poppins, Master Roshi, Luigi's brother, Marshmallow and Pinocchio. All the characters here managed to give me at least one good chuckle. Except for Beardo though, she just weirds me out. There are some sequences that serve as a change of pace, and sometimes they work, sometimes they just don't, and sometimes I feel like they exist just to trigger some deep, raw emotion in me because this goddamn Yoshi just won't listen to me when I'm trying to make him move on the beat! Run, you oversized chicken, or I'll send you to the local rotisserie! But you do get to a point where gimmicks, humorous dialogues, minigames almost overshadow the main gameplay, and it quickly becomes clear why. It's just not very good? I can already hear the boomers coming in, so we'll try to stomp on their arguments before they can say anything. This is baby's first RPG, no doubt about that. I don't even want to criticize it for it, but when the greatest leap of logic you have to make is understanding that the giant fire dragon's weakness is ice, I'm starting to think we have a problem here. For most of the game your party's abilities don't exist to overcome the odds, but rather to make the experience less tedious, otherwise I was able to beat most enemies just with basic attacks anyway. You've got the Team Rocket here, and the only way they could pose any kind of threat was by using a giant mega cannon every few turns.
I didn't even feel that.
Even the fact that you need pitch-perfect precision when timing your attacks to inflict decent damage seems more like a way to prevent you from falling asleep between turns than anything else. There is no strategy in the itemization. Every new town you reach sells you equipment that is 100% better than whatever you previously found, and since there's barely anything else to buy, I guess Mario's biggest challenge here will be reordering his wardrobe come winter. The biggest RPG element? Role-playing as an asshole. Refusing to help people and just ruining everyone's day was by far the most fun I had. All of this could probably be overlooked back in the 90s, but that's quite my point. This game is old. Not in the Link's Awakening remake charming way. If there was ever a chance to iron out and refresh a very basic RPG like this one, this was it. But instead all I can see is a very lazy slap of a new coat of paint that works well for those who just want to dwell on their past childhood memories, but not for me. You go from town to town and they all look identical. Even the dungeons would be undistinguishable if it wasn't for the different color palette. I don't know, maybe in 20 years someone could have pitched in the fact that a fixed isometric camera is not good for platforming. If I play an old game, I can accept its merits and flaws based on when it was released, but this is a fully priced remake and a few quality of life improvements won't cut it. Especially... oh Christ. Especially when you reach Bowser's castle and the 6 squinkly prinkly ball crushing doors. This was one of the most tedious and mind-boggling sections of the game, with quizzes that rely on you remembering the color of Mario's sodden drapes and more isometric platforming. Oh, would you look at that? It's a whole section where you don't get minigames or funny dialogues. Why am I not surprised I find it so awful? I didn't hate Mario RPG, I just find it incredibly standard and primitive, a stripped down gaming experience that can get away with its full price tag just because of the tacitly agreed upon Mario tax. And yeah, there's a new post-game content this time, but I gave this game over 10 hours of my time to win me over, and after the 6th one it started grinding every synapses I had left, so I'm not gonna subject myself to it any longer when the ending's biggest accomplishment was just putting me in the right mood for a very depressing movie.